Radcliffe Newlands, we are, I'm sure Steve's told you many times, we are a financial planning organisation, so specialise in high net worth individuals, financial planning and employee benefits. I talked about the employee wellbeing, which is starting to become a more popular subject, which kind of wraps around benefits in general. So we are going to talk about automatic enrolment. It's an issue that basically has been getting worse and worse over a number of years. People are living longer. There's a massive gap with regards to funding for retirement. And there's statistics out now that are saying that literally millions of people will not have sufficient income to sustain them in retirement. Every company has to address this, so it's not something that you can just ignore. It's backed by an all-party governmental body, so the Department of Work and Pensions effectively have the responsibility for setting all of this up and running the programmes. The pension regulator has to make sure that it all runs and it's compliant and everybody knows about it. And the government have set up Nest, which effectively is a master trust which companies can use to make contributions and set up a pension scheme. Employer duties, this is what employers have to do to make sure they are not in breach of the legislation. There's fines on a daily basis. Again, so if you do this wrong and you don't manage it properly, you can actually get fined on a daily basis until you put it right. So there's a huge amount of work companies have to do up to their staging date, which is when their pension becomes live and they have to comply with the law. Even after that date, you then have to keep records, you have to opt people in. If they opt out, you have to put them back in every 3 years. It goes on and on. You have to keep records and so on and so forth. It's a lot of work that companies have to do. So we specialise in that area. So we can help people out. Things that you can't do, because there's a list that the government have set that you can't do. Firstly, you can't ignore this. It's going to happen. You have to deal with it. The first thing you need to do is know when your staging date is, because until you know when that is, you need to start planning towards that point. Other things that you need to do, or you can't do, sorry, is offer advice. You're not authorised as employers. You have to get professional people in to do that. You can't discourage membership. You have to encourage people to join, and they have to do that automatically. If people want to opt out, you can't help them. They have to do it on their own. You can't be seen to be helping people opt out of the scheme, and you can't encourage it, and you can't recruit on the basis that you don't have to join the pension scheme. If you do any of those, you're in breach of the law and you could get fined. So the market is quite saturated. All of the traditional pension providers offer these automatic enrolment solutions. Some are significantly better than others. And that is very important in the SME marketplace, because if you're a large organisation, you probably have an in-house pension team. If you're a small organisation, you're reliant on the pensions to provide all the software, the middleware solution to manage this for you. So how can we help? Well, we basically can help from literally start to finish. So that initial consultation, doing a scheme audit, looking at what providers you use at the moment, whether they're able to manage the auto-enrolment process for you, feasibility, financial impact surveys. We do all of the work to literally make sure that you get to your staging date in a structured, professional way, and you're not breaching any of your responsibilities. So in summary, don't ignore the problem. It's not something that you can just put your head in the sand and ignore. It's going to happen. You need to be planning for this about 12 months in advance. Don't just make assumptions that it's not going to happen or you've got things sorted out. Get someone to have a look at it. And I guess most importantly is seek professional help. So I guess referral-wise, what we want to do is talk to either the SME marketplace, which is maybe 20 to 500 lives. If we've got accountants or solicitors, payroll providers, they're again a great source of referrals, because it's not something that they necessarily want to get involved with or have had the expertise in. So we can work with with payroll providers and the like, or senior HR directors, finance directors in larger organisations that maybe have automatically enrolled already, but need some help or just want to check that everything's still working okay. So they're the kind of things we want. Contact details on the screen. I'm sure you've got Steve, so I'm kind of happy to channel everything through Steve. Thanks for listening. Okay.